Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Scumbags movie podcast, episode 167. My name's Seth.
My name is Nick.
Good morning, brother.
How
It's
you how you feeling?
good. I'm here. It's a little
Finally
little
got
rough
out of
this morning.
bed.
Yeah, had the Oriental disease this morning. Dragging ass.
Heard that one before.
Got my nice maple bourbon coffee.
Maple bourbon. Is there bourbon in it?
No, it's just the
Are you an
flavor.
alcoholic now?
Yeah, see, I figured I better go back to coffee this morning since you made fun of my drinking habits last time.
I wasn't making fun of you. I just want you to get some help.
I
Care
need
about
help.
you, brother. Talk to somebody. Get
Nick's
some help.
Nick's rocking a new look on today's show.
I told myself I'd never wear a
Wow,
bun, and
man,
here I am wearing
must
a
be nice
bun.
to have a good amount of hair in that at that age.
I don't know. Things are getting a little sketchy up here.
Yeah, okay, let's trade.
I found a gray hair the other day.
Damn.
This is the end.
Well, if it makes you feel any better. I've been graying and receding since I was 16.
I went to the car wash the other day, and there's this guy there working it. Definitely like a businessman type of like he's a salesman. You can
Dude,
just
do
tell
you
by
have
the.
dementia?
Did I tell you this story?
where he, where he suckered you to buy the membership.
Well, not only that, but I went back.
Oh, okay. So this is another story.
Yeah, so I
Sorry to
went.
jump on you.
No, it's okay. I guess it was a
Like,
nothing
holy fuck,
story.
what's going on here? I already heard this.
Anyway, I went to the car wash, and this
Okay,
guy
so you
I
went
pull up
back.
again, and I don't think he recognized me because he's like, so how old are you? Have I told
Oh,
you the story? But I'm like, yeah, I've talked to you before.
yeah, you've already
He's
done this to me.
yeah, and he's like, well, I started turning gray at like 20 something. I was like, I have a buddy. I have a buddy that started
Oh,
doing that
great, great.
too.
Glad to come up into your conversations.
Yeah, I was like, I have a buddy. He started graying. He's balding a little bit, but
Yeah, looks about 60, but he's only 32.
32.
Oh, man.
But as he's telling me the story, he's like exhaling a cigarette smoke in my face. I'm like, come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
sir. Can we get this going along? I just want to wash my car.
Yeah, blowing secondhand smoke right at you.
I got the fast pass to be fast, not so you
That's
can
right.
pass your smoke in my
So
face.
do you take your car like 5 times a week?
I think I did like 3 times already. So
Why
that's
not if
already
you're paying
worth
for
it.
it?
And it's the
What is it?
expensive one. It's like a
What's it?
$20 wash.
What's it? $20 a month for that?
20, I think. It's 20 or
Oh,
30.
so you get when you go there, you can get the deluxe.
Mm-hmm. I get the deluxe. Yeah, so it's worth it, especially now with all the haboobies and stuff coming,
Yeah,
all the
nice, man.
dust and dirt around. Been watching anything lately?
Star
Been,
Wars.
been playing anything lately?
Um, yeah, I've got too many games. Well, I've got a game going on each platform. So on my PC, I'm playing Crisis, just a easy FPS.
I saw you're playing LA Noir.
Yeah, that's kind of my Switch game. When I'm watching baseball at night, you can. That's the nice thing about the Switch. You can sit there and play something without having to watch
Mhm.
analyze every pitch.
I
And then
love
I'm
it.
doing a Persona 5 Strikers on PS5, which is great, by the way. It should just be Persona 5 2,
Royale too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean
mean,
it's Persona 5, just different fighting style, but it's
something about that
exactly the
music and those
same.
characters and that world. It just,
Dude, I still can't stop thinking about that game.
yeah,
I listen to the
it's
music all the time.
it's masterclass.
It's something
And
else.
I was kind of worried the Strikers one would be like way different, but really it's just the same. It's the same thing with different combat.
Yeah, very similar. I was surprised. Same music, same
Yeah.
everything.
So I still got a long way to go. I'm guessing I beat the second jail. So getting ready to go to wherever the next one's at.
I've put at least 50 hours into it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. It's gonna take you a little bit.
It's a good game, but man, I got to stop buying. Got to stop buying and just work on the backlog. Sorry, gaming chat folks, but man,
We got to
got
get
into
the
it.
other stuff out of the way at the beginning
Yeah,
because
I've
we
gotten
definitely
into
have to talk about some baseball in a second.
yeah, I've gotten into a bad habit of just buying shit because it's on sale.
I've I've been able to stop myself here recently, but there
Yeah.
was a period there where it was bad.
Yeah.
I have an
Well,
insurmountable backlog at this point.
yeah. And then like they're not quick games either. I got like long games to get through. So like I
Yeah.
had a $25 reward zone certificate at Best Buy that was expiring. So I had to buy something. So I'm like, oh, Mass Effect trilogy, never played those.
Oh, great. 3 more
Yeah,
games.
3 more games. That's probably like 150 hours worth of content.
Fuck. Yeah, it's daunting, but I think at this point, if it's a game that I'm not loving immediately, I might shelve it and move on to
There's
something else for a
there's
while.
no that's the way to do it. I mean, don't force yourself to play, you know. Yeah, don't force yourself to sit there and play something.
Because I
Which
always felt like I had to beat it to make it worth
nah.
it. And
I
that's
mean,
just
I've done that before, even with games that are like critically acclaimed.
mhm.
Octopath Traveler, I've tried that 3 times. I can't get into it.
I've
I
tried
just
it a
don't like the
couple
game.
times. Yeah, I like the music, I like the
Yeah,
art style, but
just
it's
too. It's like 8 different stories, and you got to go through chapter one. Chapter. It's just I couldn't get into it.
I agree. But anyways,
How about you? What you been working on?
nothing like spectacular. Still been playing the show, working on getting that Rafi Devers Player of the Month card.
Is Aaron Judge a 99 diamond yet?
Nobody's the not he's the number one player in the game now.
Rightfully so.
He's a 95. They dethroned Trout. He's like down to a 93, I believe. So there you
Rightfully
go.
so.
Now you can jump back on the show.
No, that's not. I can't buy any more games that you can't beat. They got to have
Yeah,
plots.
that's the problem, is getting those games that you can't beat.
Yeah. I mean, I would love, like, believe me, I thought about it. I booted up a Super Mega Baseball the other night. I'm like, let me get back in my franchise. It's just like, fuck, I feel like I need to be playing something with a story that I got to beat.
I know. I jumped back onto it somewhat recently too, just to play an online game, and I'm getting smashed now.
Yeah.
It's just not fun. I get pissed off and I start throwing meatballs just because I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Try and
These
hit
are-
this bitch.
These are total first world problems, by the way, but it's all right.
Of course. That's
I got
what
too
they
many
always-
games. I got too much stuff to do.
What movie am I gonna watch today?
How about you? What you been watching?
Well, I've been trying to go back a little bit and watch some things that I haven't seen in a long time, just to see how they hold up nowadays. Like last night, I watched Stuart Little.
Okay. I mean,
it's
nothing wrong with that.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
Well, when you really
Um,
think about it, what the plot is, and I mean, it's rough before you
It's
even watch it.
it's stupid. I did learn though, and I didn't know this, that in the book she actually gives birth to Stuart Little, and he's a deformed child that looks like a mouse.
What?
So
Ugh.
now I get why they decided to adopt a mouse, because that's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, I don't. That's disturbing, honestly.
Yeah, but I haven't been watching a whole lot. I rewatched The Shiny the other day just for
It's a good choice. Saw you watch Licorice Pizza.
love Licorice Pizza.
Oh, so good. So
Second
good.
time watching it, that the Blu-ray went down to like $15. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick
It's a-
it up now.
It's a good Blu-ray, I thought. I mean, I thought the picture was pretty good. I've
Yeah.
gotten to the point now, and I know you've talked about it in the past, but I can start to see the difference. Like sometimes Blu-ray starts to feel a little DVD-ish.
Outdated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Definitely.
so you can definitely tell the difference with a good there's really good Blu-ray releases, and there's some that are kind of
Yeah. Yeah. I picked up the Northman, so I got to put that in, see how that looks. Probably great.
yeah, I'm
Which,
sure that'll look immaculate.
Kind of leads me into something I wanted to talk about real quick. And I think it's something we brought up before, but I've seen countless articles about how the Northman was a failure, which is just so disappointing. I mean, I guess we should have assumed that to be the case.
Oh yeah, financial failure for sure.
And once again, critical praise
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah.
place, but that's
Yeah.
not really what sells to these high studio execs.
Yeah, especially if you're a guy like I was reading something too about him where he said that's not going to deter him from doing what he wants to do. Like
Good. I hope he doesn't
Yeah.
follow the route of, I've got to do one for them, one for me, and
Right.
start doing like a Marvel movie or something.
Yeah,
He
that's
said
what's
never.
that's what's kind of concerning about that, because a guy like him who's kind of got his own vision and a way he wants to do things, and as soon as they invest into him and it doesn't bring back the money, who knows
Well,
what the next step is.
I think it brings up an interesting question, because I heard somebody talking about it. I think it might have been Mangold, the director. He was talking about how these studios, they all they want is just constant profit. And
Right.
what they should do is like with their big movies that they know are going to sell, put those out and get your money and then take
Right.
chances on smaller indie stuff.
Yeah.
You're probably going to lose money on it, but you're still allowing somebody with some sort of vision to create
Right.
something new. And
No, I like that idea. I'm kind
it's
of surprised though that the Northman was so because it's pretty accessible compared to his other movies. Like
very much so. Yeah. You can
there's some
definitely
weird
tell a
parts.
studio jumped into it.
Yeah, I mean there's some weird parts and some things that might be a little artsy and off-putting, I guess, but overall it's pretty easy to follow.
Well, and maybe it'll have a second life now that's on Peacock. Because I was
Yeah,
talking to Nicole and she said she watched it. So it seems like before you ask, she said
yeah,
she didn't finish it. She said her boyfriend didn't like it because
yeah,
it wasn't like the show Vikings. I'm like, well, that's not really what this guy goes for. He goes for like really folk tale-ish,
right.
historically accurate. You're not going to get your big action set pieces, and I would say you're not going to get sexy boys that in half clothes, but you do get that.
You do get some of that. Yeah, I don't know. That's not. It's not like it's not like showing somebody the lighthouse though, and like that's
Mm-mm.
like fucking. You got to be prepared for that.
The Lighthouse is on a whole nother level. I think even The Witch is pretty accessible if you have subtitles.
It is if you have subtitles. Yeah, definitely.
Then again, maybe not because you kind of have to understand what they're talking about, and some people just don't have that comprehension.
I want to see WandaVision multiverse.
This is The Witch I signed up for. Where
Fuck
where's Romanoff?
God, fucking losers.
Go watch another episode of Obi-Wan, you fucking douchebag.
Yeah. So you also watched Super Size Me. What a classic.
I That's one of my favorite
It's so
documentaries.
good. That's so good.
It never gets old.
Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
Tucked fried chicken in a Pizza Hut. I've watched it countless times. I was
It's got
just
replay value, surprisingly. I don't know why. Something about it,
it's
you know?
just it's just entertaining,
Yeah.
which I don't know what that says because it's really not an entertaining topic, but I think it's just interesting watching him like kill himself basically.
He's a pussy though. Like who I gotta throw up from this quarter pound. Like, come on,
I know
Morgan.
every time I watch that now, I think of you saying that. It's just like,
Fucking
dude,
pussy.
it's your second day and you're having a double quarter pounder and you're
Yeah.
puking it up.
I'm gonna throw up.
I'm getting the McGurgles, getting the McSweats.
It's a good movie though. It was a good commentary at the time. I mean, it still is.
It stopped me from eating McDonald's for a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And then I was like, whatever.
hot and spices.
Yes, please.
And that fucking fucker with the bowl cut that eats a Big Mac every day.
Oh yeah.
Why do I know his name?
Gorsick,
Don Gorski or whatever.
Gorski. Yeah,
Gorski.
Don
What?
Gorski.
Why do I know that off the top of my head?
Some things just stick with you, and there's no rhyme or reason. It's not like
Yeah.
he's super interesting. He looks like a
No.
John Lennon knockoff,
Yeah,
but
he's weird. Have you seen Super Size Me 2?
I have. That's good.
It's not bad. I thought it was surprisingly good.
I thought it was really entertaining. I just like stuff with food involved.
Food is good. Food is
Food is
love.
good. But yeah, love Super Size Me. If I had to make a list of favorite docs, that's up there because it's
Right? I
just
mean, it's great.
ridiculous. It's just talks. It was ahead of its time too.
And it
Some
literally
ways.
stopped McDonald's from offering the supersize
Yeah.
combo. You used to be able to supersize anything there. And that really is like nobody needs that much soda.
No. And just now I'm old enough to comprehend a lot of the stuff they're talking about in it. And when
Yeah.
I was younger, I just watched it because I thought it was intriguing. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, what they're saying makes a lot of sense now. I get it.
Is it in that movie where it's the guy that's like bedridden and he's got the big thing and he talks about how he drinks it full of
Drinks
Diet
like
Coke every
three
day?
of them a day.
Yeah, holy fuck.
And I never listened to at that part. I was like tuned out. I never listened to it. But he's like, yeah, I would go through like 2 liters a day.
Dude. That's
And then his
like,
wife is bragging, I don't drink as much as him, but I'd go through about three of
yeah,
those.
that's right. Yeah. Congrats.
But then he got that surgery and he's like all skinny,
yeah,
probably dead now.
I haven't seen that in a while, but man, it's good.
It's on like every streaming platform you can find it.
Yeah, Morgan Spurlock also did a good documentary called Rats about the problem in New York City. Very disturbing.
But that's disgusting.
You can go to basically if you're walking in New York City and you see any trash or anything, which there's tons of it, restaurants put the trash out to the curb. You go up to any trash and just kick it. It's like a fucking master splinter comes running out, fucking crazy.
That's disgusting. He also did a docu series called 30 Days where it's pretty much the same premises.
Yeah.
Super Size Me, but does different things. Like there's one, I think the first episode, he like tries to live on minimum wage and like he's working these jobs and then he gets injured. So he has to pay for the bills. And it's just like,
I just like the format of those movies. I don't know how to describe it. It's something about them is appealing. That's how I feel about like the Michael Moore stuff too.
Yeah, I think it's comparable, but there is some sort of vibe to it that I think how he just faces things head on,
right,
and just talks to people and tries to get people to like go out of their comfort zone and talk about what the real issues are.
Yeah, like when Michael Moore fucking works his way into the GM plan or wherever.
I love that doc too.
Yeah, that's good.
I watched that one somewhat recently.
I've been watching Star Wars with all this hype about Obi-Wan fucking Kenobi. And you know what? I can already tell.
Series sucks.
This is exactly how I felt the first time I tried watching Star Wars. First 3 movies are fucking awesome. Oh, you don't even like Return of the Jedi?
No, I don't really care for it that much.
To me, that's the best one. It's perfect.
That's where like the campiness is like at a high
it's
level.
It's got everything you could want in Star Wars, though. Good battles, Slave Leia in that hot outfit.
Yeah,
Jabba, and I love the ending. That's where it's like Terminator. That's where Star Wars ends.
No, I don't agree because Rogue One's the best one in the whole franchise.
Are you for real with that?
Yeah, I think it's the most entertaining.
Well, I want to watch those. I'm not going to sit there and watch fucking 8 seasons of the Clone Wars and all that bullshit. I just want to watch the movies. But
ew, who gives a crap about that crap?
It's just they wore the novelty off,
Yeah, just like they're doing with Harry Potter now.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. I should just watch the original trilogy and then move on. I really don't even want to watch the Phantom Man-ass.
I can't even remember the names of the other ones. Attack of the Clones and
Revenge of the Shit.
Revenge of the Shit. And then you get Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, and then you get all the spin-off movies, and then you get all the shows.
I do really enjoy the first 3 movies though. For the time, that was very, it's a big deal. It was a big deal.
Yeah, I guess. So is Bread.
I thought you were a Star Wars fan.
I've kind of fallen off, I guess. I'm indifferent, I guess. I don't watch them all that often.
It's the worst fan base on planet Earth.
It really is. Like nobody hates Star Wars more than the fans.
It's just those videos of those fuckers like reacting to the trailers and yeah. It's Lando, he's back.
He's like 85 years old. He can't do anything.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I just think Return of the Jedi,
flawed series.
Very flawed, very flawed.
Unlike Harry Potter, where there's not a flaw in sight.
Yeah, those are all perfect films.
All 5 out of 5 films. Speaking of perfect films, you see Neve is not returning for Scream.
No, I didn't see it.
She's not coming back.
I'm surprised because she doesn't really have a whole lot else going on.
Right. But without her, what is Scream?
Dude, I don't even talk about a fucking flawed series.
I agree. I do
not. I don't get it at all.
But even it's funny because that's meta, and I call it out,
dude. Like, I don't know. I just think it's criminal to mention Scream alongside of like Halloween and the Nightmare on Elm Street and even Friday the 13th.
I think the first one, like,
it was fine.
Yeah, the first one, like it
Good.
is what it's the meta horror
Yeah.
comedy. And then with every movie, they try to do the same thing. It's like, okay, are you gonna do something different? Like what you're
Yeah.
introducing new characters who do the same thing. So
I
what's
watched
new?
that new one. It's like, God, this is so stupid.
Oh,
And
it's fine.
you can make the argument, yeah, okay, all the Halloween sequels are stupid too. They are
They
mostly,
are,
but
yeah.
it's just like, how many times can they fall for that? Oh, who's the killer? Who's the killer? It's like my least favorite genre, by the way, who done it, which is what Scream is. Ugh.
Well, and once you watch it one time, you can't really rewatch it because you know
Yeah.
who it is.
I just I don't I've tried many times with that series and like I enjoy the first one, but that's all I need.
Well, yeah, not my favorite franchise,
Was
but
she too good to be in them now?
she just doesn't think she's getting what she deserves based on like her importance to the series.
Like a monetary thing?
Right.
Oh, well, I didn't know it was a money thing.
Yeah. So she, which I get, like you
Right.
are Scream, and spoiler alert, but Dewey's not going to come back, and
Yeah.
I don't think Gail Swallows is coming back either. I don't know. I forget what happened in the
I was
sixth one.
I was so uninterested in that movie. It's like,
I could see who was the killer from a mile away. Well,
like who cares?
one of them.
God. She
But
peaked in Wild Things, anyways.
oh, never seen that movie, but I've seen the scene.
The movie sucks, but there's some good HLA. It's hot lesbian action.
I thought it was hot lady action.
Same thing.
See, that's one thing that I don't really love about Arrow is that that's the kind of movie that you think deserves the treatment.
Yeah, a $40 packaging for fucking Wild Things.
Because
I agree with that statement big time. I thought the same thing when I saw that.
because you cleaned up
Right.
the footage a bit. Like, what is that movie about?
I mean,
I don't get it.
yeah, I don't get it either. Like all the shit that hasn't gotten the royal treatment. I don't know.
It's
Fuckers love that
disturbing.
shit, man. I'll buy that shit. Like Arrow's not even the worst company it's the like the Vinegar Syndrome and all that. They put
Vinegar
out the
Syndrome,
shittiest fucking movies, and
and
guys just
people cream over it.
yeah.
Oh, halfway to Black Friday sale.
Oh boy, a bunch of fucking shot on video bullshit.
Yeah, like that Inland Empire that they're putting together.
Mm.
I didn't realize it was shot on like home camcorders. It looks god awful. I don't get it.
I do like a WNUF Halloween special though.
I need to check that out.
That's
It's
pretty
like
good.
like nostalgic trip sort of Halloween
It's like
thing.
watching a VHS from the 90s, but it was made in 2013. Like it's if somebody recorded something off TV in the 90s, like it's even got commercials and shit. It's really
Okay,
well
that's
done.
cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And he just announced the sequel. They're doing a sequel to it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm
Same guy.
excited, even though I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think you would enjoy it. It's
Probably
interesting. It's one of those that really captures the time that it's going for.
cool. I love that nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Oh,
Well,
so what else
want
is
to talk
new?
about some stuff?
I guess we got any
You have
news.
did you make a list?
I did.
Okay.
I will tell you, like I know what number one is, but the others aren't in a particular order.
I didn't do an order.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna name some off. I think trying to put them in an order is just it's like
Yeah.
a weird barrier I put on myself that I have to put them in
No,
order, or else who's
was-
gonna care?
Yeah, I tried doing it. I'm just like, oh, fuck, who gives a fuck?
Well, not much news. Did you see that clip? Julie Andrews was getting she was getting some sort of honor. I think she was getting lifetime achievement or something.
Don't tell me she looked like she's about to die.
No.
Oh, okay.
But they started playing the song from Sound of Music, "Oh, a dear," and the kids from the movie popped out and started singing with her.
That's fucking awesome. Man,
It's like a cell phone camera, or it's like a cell phone footage.
there's no official video of it.
Not that I've seen. No, it was just like something I came across, and
Too bad Liesel died. She was my favorite.
too bad Chris died.
Who's Chris?
Christopher Plummer.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace.
Who's Chris? The main character of the movie.
Yeah, that would be cool to see him there. Man.
He would have been like, oh, dear.
Hey, Chris, can you do anal vice?
Did you say anal vice, sir?
Love Sound of Music. Oh man,
But that was cool.
that is
She
pretty
might
cool.
die soon.
Well, fuck their God. I mean, the kids are probably 70.
Oh, they looked older than she did.
Yeah, I mean that's it's an old movie. Shit, Liesel's been dead like 5 years now.
God damn. How old is he? Like 60 something?
No, she wasn't that. She had like dementia or something.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Man, she was hot in that movie.
Was she like 7?
Maybe 8.
Well, Julie's pushing 86, so
Wow.
gonna be 87 later this year. It's so crazy to me that there's people born in 1930s that are still hanging on.
Yeah, still kicking. That's a great
Uh,
film.
I need to rewatch it. It's been
Me
a
too.
long time.
I could do without the scenes in the Nun Covenant though, because I don't like nuns.
God damn. Dick 96.
Damn. Old as dirt.
That's got to be coming soon. I've said it the past 5 years. I'll keep saying it if it means he stays alive.
Shit, he's creeping into like Kirk Douglas territory.
He might. Something about those dancers and their physiques. They just
were in
managed
shape.
to. Yep. Don't know what that is.
Me either. What just happened?
Excuse me?
Sorry about that.
I swear you've done that before with that exact same phrase.
Probably.
Me
I'm decrepit, losing my vocal cords. Everything's disintegrating.
How do you lose your vocal cords when you don't talk to people?
That's simply not true. Actually, that is pretty true.
I only talk to people because I have to.
I'm gonna have to. I gotta go back in a month.
Oh, yuck.
But I'm gonna have to talk to people.
I was off for the first time on Thursday.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Pretty cool. It is awesome that all the supervisors get either Friday or Monday off, but whatever. It's just the way things are.
I will say, without getting too deep into a work discussion, like when you work in a bigger company compared to like a place with 50 people, it's a lot less like micro, like I don't get micromanaged or anything. As long as I do my job, they don't.
There's too many people to try to control that way.
Right. At
Whereas
the old place, I felt like I was constantly monitored, oh, I didn't do something for 30 minutes on Friday. They're bringing me in for a conversation,
Still doing it. There's some other annoying stuff that happened, but that's okay. We won't talk about that here.
We'll talk about it off air.
Let's talk about some animation.
Well, I guess.
Well, a couple weeks we got the new, I don't know, Toy Story. Can you call it that? Pixar
I don't
film.
fucking know. We were going to do a Pixar video or a podcast, but we've already done that, like a retrospective. It was terrible, by the way. We could have redone it.
Well, we can still redo it.
No, because it was terrible because I hadn't seen any of those movies.
Watch something.
I don't want to watch a fucking talking fish finding Dick Nemo. It's just not my thing.
I don't want to watch Finding Dildo.
It's just not like I don't care about a lot of their movies.
Well, that's sad to hear. I wish you cared about film as much as you pretended you did.
I'm a fucking cinematic genius.
Cinematic genius. Whatever, dude.
Watch tons of content.
What, like Boss of the Swamp?
Haven't watched him in a while.
Beer reviews. Well, anyway, like he said, we were going to do Pixar. We're like, let's just do animation. And it opens up to a wide variety of different things. And
let's pivot to some of our favorite animated movies. I'm surprised we haven't done this before, but
I know
we definitely haven't.
I have quite a few on here that basically I just went through my letterbox. I was like, what have I rated high? What do I like? And
it's the same thing I did. We've been doing this podcast for like 7 years.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I got the memory like a picture that I posted of us on Skype, but it was 7 years ago.
We're starting something brand new. Podcast.
Yeah, nobody's ever done a podcast before.
I mean, at the time we did it was definitely not as saturated as it is now.
It wasn't. And You know, the audience hasn't grown in about 5 years, but that's okay.
A lot of things have passed us by, but
Yeah, we love you guys. Honestly, I will say I kind of look forward to doing these a little bit more now because I don't see you every day. It's like,
yeah,
where we would
true.
talk every day, and now it's like I can get on here and it's like, okay, we get to catch up. I haven't talked to you in a
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Whereas before it was like, well, do you remember that thing that happened yesterday that we already talked about?
God, I'm sick of this guy. I just talked to him for 8 hours at work, and I got to come home and talk to him more. Fuck.
It was the best thing that happened for you to move away,
Yeah,
for you
right.
and for me.
Yeah, right.
Talk to Javi all day now. Sent me a message the other day. It's just like the first message of the day. And he says, what did he say? He just said a movie title.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what about it? He's like, he didn't say anything. And then I was like, maybe you should start out your sentence with like a phrase instead of just saying a movie. He's like, never mind, dude. Sorry. Jeez.
So, yeah, Javi's a really good guy, but man, you got to kind of
Like, don't
maneuver
talk to
around
me
him a
if you're
little
going to
bit.
talk about what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say to the name of the film?
There's a
you're
fine
talking
line with
about?
him. Like, I feel like he could go off the deep end real quick.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with the way they're bullying him lately.
He always has gotten bullied, man, since I was there.
Yeah, there's some really strange behavior going on.
You have to
Not,
tell me when we get off here.
yeah. But anyway, we'll talk
Anyways,
about. I actually put out a question on the old Instagram,
good.
asking people what some of their favorite animated films were. Not many responses, but
That's
we
par for the
got
course.
we got some nonetheless. We
You
got
can share some
Brian in
comments,
there.
though. Yeah.
Brian Sudfield came in there with My Neighbor Totoro, but all of Hayao's films are amazing.
Good choice, Brian. He's a good
RJ,
guy, by the way. Brian, we appreciate you.
we
He's
do.
been a long time loyal listener.
He's a great guy. RJ Coast doesn't get any better than Peter Pan.
It gets a lot better than Peter Pan,
It
but
does get a lot
you know
better.
what? Just fucking
But
with you, buddy.
that's one of those Disney films that like Aristocats, 101 Dalmatians, Pinocchio. I haven't watched those since like I was way younger.
Sorry, let's get Evan on the podcast and talk about those fucking movies.
Snow White, anyone?
Ugh.
John Lansing, Aladdin, Toy Story 2, Ratatouille, Spirited Away, Whisper of the Heart, Flea.
Well, one of those is good, John.
Which one? There's some great stuff in there. Aladdin. Aladdin.
So good.
I love Aladdin. We may be talking about that a little later.
Oh, we will be.
And then we have Jeffrey, who says Oliver and Company, Sleeping Beauty, and An American Tale.
American Tail. Forget about that one.
Sleeping Beauty, I watched somewhat recently, and it was okay. Middling. Not one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, those are compared to what we get now in terms of animation, big change,
Yep. Big change.
What's your shirt say? Solar Rouge?
South Ridge Mavericks. That's my mom's school. She just gave me a long sleeve shirt. I'm like, oh,
Nice.
thanks.
Hey, free
Big
shirt.
enough for my tits to fit in.
Thought it said Solar Rouge.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't give her any of my money.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about we made top 10 lists.
Yeah.
Little
Just
riff.
talk about some animation,
Yeah, we don't have to do this in any sort of structure. Just talk about some of the ones that we really like. And like I said, I consulted my letterboxd and saw which ones I had rated the highest.
Jesus Christ.
What's happening?
Hey, we're falling apart.
Which ones I rated the highest and go from there. No particular order.
No particular. I know my number one though.
What is it?
Well, we'll get to that. You want to kick it off? I'm looking at my list.
Is it Beauty and the Beast?
We'll get to it.
Okay, sir. Ooh.
Oh,
I have one right off the top that we can talk about.
go for it.
A little known film called The Snowman.
That's on my list, baby.
I figured it would be. Let's
is.
talk a little bit about it.
Oh,
I gotta bring
my
up
God.
the Wikipedia because I don't know when it came out.
I'm walking through the air.
I'm walking through the.
Man, what a fucking film. Christmas classic. Watch it
So
every year.
I do too now. I
Yeah.
mean, quick, 26 minutes or so.
You can make fun of Big Daddy Seth all you want, but you got to admit, there's been
Oh,
some good recommendations your way.
you've given me some great recommendations, stuff that I are masterful.
Hellfest. Uh,
Why'd you start off with the worst one? You could have said Persona 5 or like
Hellfest,
Dragon Quest or
Dragon Quest,
the Snowman.
Snowman. Oh, man.
What else? I think that's where the list
It's
ends.
probably where it ends, but some's better than none.
But the Snowman,
Based off a book
based off
by
a book,
Raymond Briggs.
it was, correct me if I'm wrong, narrated by him and in one version.
Yes, there's only narration at the beginning.
Yeah, it's mostly silent.
Yeah,
Besides
there's two different intros. There's
Yeah.
there's the original with Raymond Briggs, which is fucking great, by the way. It just, not even gonna lie, I got chills right now thinking
I
about it because it sets
know.
the tone perfectly. It's like an open field with snow, and he's doing a little voiceover. He's like, "It was a cold day,
Oh,
and on that day, I made the snowman." And then the fucking music comes in. It's
it
fantastic.
transitions to animation.
So good. There's also an alternate version with David Bowie, which is fucking weird. I don't
That
know
is
why.
weird. Well, because it was the book and it was
Yeah.
British, so maybe that's why.
I've only seen that a couple times. I think David Bowie is supposed to be the kid.
I assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like him in the attic with the scarf. It's good. It's good. But
Yeah.
that original with Raymond Briggs doing the voiceover, something special.
That guy's still alive.
Holy shit.
He's 88.
Man.
There was also a sequel that came out called The Snowman and the Snow Dog, which I haven't seen, but I've heard is not as good. At least the animation part of it.
Yeah, it's they were trying to recreate it.
And that one came out in 2012. And there's a certain tone and feel to the original because it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's not a particularly happy story.
It's not. And to us over here, I don't think it's very well known, but I know in England or wherever it's from, it's British, very popular over there. It's like a cult thing.
Well, it's kind of like Paddington. I mean, that's a British story.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
we have what bear do we have? Corduroy?
Yeah, something like that.
That might be British too.
But like, I believe, and if any of you guys listening from the UK, I know some of you are, check us if we're wrong, but that's like a big deal over there, like a tradition, and that's why they made the sequel after so much time. It's it's a big deal.
Probably trying to get that resurgence.
Yeah.
40 years later.
That's a good movie.
It's timeless though. Like it doesn't feel like it's 40 years old. The animation is beautiful.
Yeah, and you said it, and I'm particularly happy. Yeah, The Snowman is not a positive film, a little bit of a downer.
No, and I think throughout the whole thing, the tone is like that. So it's still kind of surprising when it does creep up.
Great music, great mystique. Something about that ending shot though. It's like the Solaris, the last shot of Solaris when the camera pulls out.
It's just like you're expecting something positive because it is, fairly happy for the most part, but then it just like the reality of life hits you.
Yeah, the kid got one great night with his gay snowman.
Snow blow.
Yeah, he was a snowblower.
Aren't we all?
Be.
So
Christmas classic, folks.
Quick watch, 26 minutes. Give it a shot. It's on Prime.
Easy. Yeah.
Next one for me. It's a Ghibli film. Another super depressing film.
What you got with Studio G?
I don't know if you've ever seen this. 1988's Grave of the Fireflies.
Like the one that I haven't seen.
Yeah, fuck, dude. It's depressing. Set during World War II, like near the end. I believe after the bombs have hit. So it's...
When you heard that, it was automatically 4.5 at least.
I know, it was. And
World War II?
By the end. It
bombs.
Was. Japanese people.
Count
me in.
Wow.
But it's about a brother and sister who are they're trying to live through all the firebombing that's going on, and it's a lot of death, a lot of carnage. The ending is just
Sounds
like
good.
it's depressing, more depressing than the Snowman.
Oh fuck. I was really into Ghibli for a while, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
Well, it's like I watched all the quote unquote good ones, the big ones. Then I started getting some of the lesser ones. I'm like, okay, we can move on now.
Yeah, and this is not one that comes in like that yellow packaging, so you wouldn't think of like
Oh,
Ghibli. So it's kind of has its own thing.
I've heard good things though.
Yeah, it's been ranked as one of the greatest war films of all time.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, no wonder you fucking like it.
I love war.
Did you say war?
War.
Did you say 15 years?
Did you say 15 years? But yeah, Grave of the Fireflies. If you haven't checked it out and you want something that will not make you happy, Grave of the Fireflies.
Well, I like that. I'm gonna check that one out. Sticking with some Studio Ghibli.
Mm,
I've got two that are on my list.
yeah.
Start with the lesser of the two, but still amazing. Porco Rosso.
Porco Rosso. Very, very, very solid film.
Oh, something about that
Pig
pig.
flying.
Something about a pig flying around in a airplane. It's a war film, World War One, I believe.
I believe
Found
so,
it.
yeah.
The plot revolves around an Italian World War One ex-fighter ace now living as a freelance bounty hunter chasing air pirates. He's got a curse on him that turns him into a pig.
There's something about Ghibli's and curses.
Something about it.
They turn into animals.
I always avoid that one because I thought it sounded so stupid. Like, wait, what?
It's ridiculous.
A pilot turned into a pig, but man, there's just a certain charm with Ghibli, and there's like a deep message behind them. You know, they're not like surface level kiddie animated movies. You know,
No, there's a lot of animals and weird stuff going on, but they always mean something.
when you watch the Ghiblis, do you watch them with the American voiceovers?
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I've watched them too, the dubbed versions.
Yeah, maybe next time I go through them, I'll watch them with the Japanese original dub. But I
The thing is, though,
typically
they don't like half-ass the English dub. It's like
no,
usually like big actors, and you know what I mean.
yeah, usually
Shia
always.
LaBeouf, fucking
Even on the
Christian Bale.
even on the Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, even on the artwork, the American artwork, it even shows the American cast on it
yeah.
on the artwork, and yeah, they even have the you okay, buddy?
Yeah, sorry.
They even had the behind the scenes where they show them in the sound booth, and we're
Yeah.
always super into it. Oh, I love this film growing up.
Right.
Like, did you really watch it?
Well, that's what's kind of cool about it because I'm sure a lot of them did, and then they're going to do their voiceover for a movie that they love. You know, there's a little more passion behind it. I know, like Michael Keaton's the voice of Porco Rosso. You know,
Ooh,
Tom Kenny's in it.
Tom Benny.
Tom Kenny.
Tom
You know,
Kenny.
we all know he's a great voice actor. Bill Fagerbaki. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you.
Definitely love some Porco Rosso though.
Porco Rosso is good. I think there's going to be more anime on this list than I originally thought there would be.
I mean, look, as much as I love a lot of the Disney stuff, some of the Studio Ghibli just takes it to another level. If you're looking for like a serious, like I said, you know, like Porco Rosso, you don't sit down with your 5-year-old kids and watch. It's more like an adult film, you know?
Yeah. Same thing with my next film, directed by Makoto Shinkai, Weathering with You.
Wow. Probably from you, but these are some deep cuts.
It's very recent. 2019 it came out. It stars the American cast at least. It's got like Alison Brie and Riz Ahmed. They're in it. But it's kind of this one I love. I love the animation. It's got a really cool Tokyo Japan. It's got kind of a little bit of a Persona vibe. Tokyo, rainy.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's really good. But there's this there's this guy he meets up with, this girl who's kind of like, I wouldn't say like a water bender, but she can control the weather, and they start working together to like
Okay.
try and profit off using her ability to do that.
Okay.
And then she gets caught up. They get caught too deep into it, but it's love the music. The animation is incredible. They actually have a 4K version of it that looks really good.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was selected as a Japanese entry for Best International Feature Film in the 92nd Academy Awards
What year is that?
in 2019.
Oh, it's a new one.
Fairly recent, yeah. Yeah, this guy's done a couple things. He did Your Name as well, The Garden of Words. Those are some other ones I've seen, but his stuff is, you could consider convoluted at times, but this is one that's pretty straightforward, and
Okay.
it's really, really beautiful film.
Well, I like straightforward. I don't need to sit there and solve a puzzle every time I'm watching a film.
I hope you
Give me
can
a
solve
plot.
puzzles in real life.
Just give me a plot. I want to be entertained, especially if they're
Yeah.
drawings.
Moving pictures.
Moving pictures. Okay. Okay.
Weathering with
You're
you.
exposing me to some new films here.
Good thing. Can't wait to hear about Aladdin.
Well, I got one more Ghibli. So since we're on the kind of anime thing,
Okay.
my favorite Ghibli, easily. I haven't seen them all. The ones I've seen, a lot of them, the big players. Howl's Moving Castle. Something about this film, I don't even know how to describe it. Couldn't even tell you.
It's bizarre. Like, how do you even explain the plot, really?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Very, very strange, just odd. Um, again, influenced by Miyazaki's opposition to the United States invasion of Iraq in 2003,
Oh
the film
wow.
contains strong anti-war themes. Miyazaki
Interesting.
stated that he had a great deal of rage about the Iraq War, which led him to make a film which he felt would be poorly received in the United States. It
Wow.
also explores the theme of old age, which I
Mm-hmm.
love,
Mm-hmm.
depicting age positively as something which grants the protagonist freedom. Oh, and the film
Which,
contains feminist elements, but I didn't see that. So,
I mean, it's not. It's probably more subtle than a lot of things.
yeah, it's just like an
That's crazy.
amazing,
I would not piece that together.
yeah, just an amazing sort of fantasy world. Again, good cast.
Christian
Well,
Bale.
Christian Bale's okay. Emily
Well, you
Mortimer,
know, Emily
who we talked
Mortimer.
about last episode, Billy Crystal, Jenna
Yeah.
Malone.
Ooh,
Love when
Billy
she
Crystal. You can
fucking
kind of
bangs the corpse in Neon Demon.
you can leave Billy Crystal off that list.
Yankee legend.
Yeah, and that's what he's known for. That's it.
Oh,
He's
that's ridiculous. He was in
he's
some big movies.
the best thing he's done is interviews in the baseball documentary from
Fair
Ken
enough.
Burns.
He's in
Well,
Throw Mama from the Train.
I like When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big movie. But anyways, Howl's Moving Castle, fucking great. This makes you want to revisit some of these because, in the words of Stained, it's been a while.
Well, same thing here. Another one that's been a while since I've seen it, but love it. Another anime film from
Wait.
Studio Chizu, but it's distributed by Toho, which a lot of these things are. Wolf Children. Ever heard of
He's
it?
just so sophisticated with these film choices. I'm reading off surface level shit, and he's coming
No,
with
you're not. No, you're not. You're reading off
children or
good
whatever.
stuff.
What's this called? Children.
Wolf Children.
Okay. Okay. Teach me something.
Well, it of course it's another weird one
Teach me
where
something, Obi-Wan.
where you're my only cock to blow. Uh, the story's central theme is parent and child, depicting 13 years in the life of a young woman, Hana, who falls in love with a werewolf while in college, and following his death must raise the resulting half wolf, half human siblings, Ame and Yuki, who grow and find their own paths in life.
Okay.
So, once again, animals and what they what they mean, and once again, just beautiful animation, incredible music.
The Japanese know what they're doing with this shit. I mean, that's why like
It's
all the great RPGs and shit are from Japan, So that JRPGs. They're
it's
great at like at fantasy worlds.
it's unbelievable. And I could not stand Asian culture growing up. I just didn't get it. Thought it was
Yeah.
bizarre. And at one point, something flipped, and a
Yeah.
lot of
I'd
things
love
they
to
just
go
do
there.
better. Oh,
Yeah.
I would too. A lot of
No,
things they just do better.
you realize when you start to consume a lot of the stuff that like, yeah, there's a trend. A lot of the good shit comes from there, you know?
Hmm. In an interview, the director, he said, I used to take it for granted that people would have children. However, after getting married, I began to realize that raising children in the city is a hardship in terms of the environment, such as public support, and that living in the countryside is not necessarily easy, and that there's a hardship of not having anyone of the same age because they live in the country. And
Okay.
of course, they're wolf children, so they get treated differently. They get
Sounds
messed
pretty
with.
good.
So it's very good. Yeah, this was one of those that when Best Buy had a section, I always saw it. It was always kind of sitting at the bottom of the shelves, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give it a try. It's on sale," and I just fell in love with it.
I don't even know if you can get shit like that there anymore.
You can't, you
Yeah.
cannot, and that's what's so sad. It's a reminder of the better days of physical media at the brick and mortar stores.
I know. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I don't know. We've been doing a lot of podcasts in a row. I could throw some video. Should I just take my camera out, do like a classic, go to the pawn shops, go to
Sure, I
the
mean,
fucking Best Buy? But I'm like, what the fuck is at Best Buy? I'm not going to find anything there. Not that I
yeah,
can't get on
exactly.
Amazon, you know?
But you could go to like used
Yeah.
stores that people don't have.
Yeah. That's the thing though. Like, we don't really have like a Zia. Well, we do. There's disc replay, but
Yeah,
like Zia is awesome. That was one of my favorite parts about living out there. You know,
yeah, Z is cool.
you could go to all of them and it's all a different experience because you never know what people are trading in, you know?
Yeah, I went to Fallout Games the other day, and
Jump into the
no,
Lego pit.
no more Legos.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Fucking gross.
it wasn't the disgusting children putting their hands in. It was COVID that ended the
I'm
the
sure.
Lego pits.
God,
Yuck.
weird place.
Smells like piss and small children.
Criterion sales got to be coming around.
Is it
July.
June or July?
It's July. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I was just watching. I made my solo video on the 4th of July. So last year.
that's crazy. It's been
See,
that
like
long already.
I skipped out the last round, so there's some shit I want to get.
Yeah, new release is coming soon too. Raging Bull 4K,
Ooh,
which got
ooh,
rave reviews on Blu-ray.com.
nice. I still haven't even picked up Citizen Kane.
Ooh. Want to
Well,
go?
sure. Well, I'm on through all the obscure stuff, so now we're getting into some big titles.
Great.
for
I've
me.
got some on my list too.
I will tell you though, to anyone listening, I'm not a huge animation fan. When I'm looking to watch a 2-hour movie, it's not usually animated. So
I
a lot I haven't seen.
I agree.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff was there was not I didn't really have a hard time picking things because
Right.
there weren't many that I had super highly rated.
That's what I'm saying. When I went to my letterbox, there's like 2 pages worth of films to choose from, you know, so
Yeah.
I could narrow it down pretty quickly. But
Yeah.
not saying these are the best. We're going to call this our favorite animated films, but this is a big one, arguably considered one of the greatest. Changed the landscape. I'm sure this is in your list somewhere. Toy Story.
I actually cheated and I put the Toy Story franchise.
I thought about doing that. That's fair enough.
I have a hard time picking which one I like the most.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But in terms of, you know, a masterpiece being something that changes the landscape of the way things are done,
Mm-hmm.
you could
Hard to
call
pick anything better.
you could call Toy Story a masterpiece. I mean, it changed the whole genre of animation, you know.
Put Pixar on the map.
Yeah. And I mean, now all the films that come out are in that style, which is crazy. Kind of single-handedly wiped out the 2D animated hand-drawn films, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, in today's standards, Toy Story is pretty dated as far as the animation.
Looks a little rough.
Yeah, but for what it did at the time, absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And I mean, never been I'm not a huge, like I said, I'm not a big animation fan, not a huge Toy Story enthusiast, but that first one, say the first and the third, second's fine, but especially that first one was just at the time. I remember watching it, I was 5 or 6, just like, whoa, what is this? You go from
Yeah.
the Lion King and shit like that, where it's clearly hand drawn, and now it's just like this whole new world of, you know, computer animation.
Unbelievable stuff.
And it is a great film.
Yeah, I have a tough time picking my favorite. I think
I like to pretend Toy Story is a trilogy.
I don't think that deeply into it.
Me either.
I like Toy Story 4, but it's definitely the most inferior of the franchise.
Yeah, Toy Story 4 was fine. It was good. They're all good, but I'm just like, it just felt like an epilogue, you know?
It did, yeah. And now what are they making a
I'm
multiverse
sure.
about it now? or-
Probably. Fuck. Ugh.
Great. We get the story of what astronaut Buzz Lightyear was based on. Who
Yeah.
gives a flick?
I mean, that's the reason we're doing this episode because of Lightyear. We're trying to keep things relevant, but I don't give a shit about that movie. I probably won't even watch it ever.
It'll probably be on Disney Plus. I won't even care to watch it.
Yeah, it just whatever, you know. That first Toy Story that was awesome. The whole Pizza Planet thing. Sid was a little fucking. It was a great villain for like a kids movie, you know.
Yeah, and I love the callback in the third one where he's a trash man.
Yeah, which actually it's a pretty good career money wise. So Sid turned out okay.
Is it?
Yeah, garbage would make good money.
Probably better than New York Garbage Man
Yeah,
kicking
so I guess-
trash.
oh yeah,
It
that's
all
the
comes
mob.
full circle.
The mob runs the New York garbage.
I'm talking about the rats.
Oh yeah, the rats too. It all goes hand in hand. Rats and the mob.
Ooh,
Yeah, fucking rat.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Poetic,
That is stunning. Beautiful.
stunning, and brave.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Moving on. Unless you want to keep talking about it.
Oh, do you have Toy Story in 4K?
I do. I have all of them in 4K.
Like, how does that benefit from 4K?
A little bit. Like
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I
on
feel
your
like the
TV,
Blu-ray would
maybe
look.
a lot.
Yeah, I feel like the Blu-ray would look really good. I couldn't tell you last time I watched it. I don't know if I even own that.
It's
Oh, I do. I got the trilogy.
I think I went through them somewhat recently, but even so, it's I could watch them again. I just kind of
We'll tell you, the way Toy Story 3 ends was immaculate.
I
A
wish
little
they died.
ridiculous though. Like, come on, Andy, snap out of it.
Move
But
on,
for
boy.
the viewers,
Yeah.
the attachment was a good ending. But
So
I've said this before. In real life, a guy going to college wouldn't be fucking having an emotional goodbye to his fucking cowboy toy. But we'll suspend our belief.
so you want Andy to move on, but you don't want to move on?
I moved on. I moved
You
on
had
quick.
to-
I watched the movie and
You
moved
had,
on.
you had an emotional attachment to the toys, but he can't have one.
But that's not how it would be. Do you remember going to donate your toys to a kid and crying over them? Thanks, friend. or
I
whatever
still
the hell he
have them
says.
in the closet.
You're in the closet, buddy.
I said I still have mine in the closet. I didn't say
know,
you were in
and
the
I said
closet.
you're in the closet.
Whatever, dude.
Toy Story's good. It's good.
Sucks.
Agreed.
Talking some more anime here. I'm full of it. I love this director though, Satoshi Kon. Gone too soon. I've got a couple of his on here, but the first one, Millennium Actress,
Wow.
loosely based on the lives of actresses Setsuko Hara and Hideko Takamine. It tells the story of two documentary filmmakers investigating the life of a retired acting legend. As she tells them the story of her life, the difference between reality and cinema becomes blurred. So it's kind of cool because they go back in time through her career, and
Okay.
the movie she was in kind of relates to where she was in her life at the time. And his stuff is definitely more mature. It definitely
Sophisticated.
it blurs the line between, like it said, reality and fiction. But this one was super good. Came out in 2001. It's only 87 minutes,
Speaking my language.
which is good for you. And yeah, loved it. Want to rewatch it again.
I haven't even heard of these, man.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of his stuff until somewhat recently, but once again, it
Guess
kind of
guess the audience knows who the real cinephile is on the team.
it's always been me.
Guess so. Fuck, I feel like a
Always.
mongoloid.
Always been me, but once again, it kind of delves into the themes of getting older and looking back on your life.
Sounds
It's
depressing.
Very good. It's
Okay.
very good. Check it
What's
out.
up? Millennium. What's it
Actress.
called? Millennium what?
Millennium Actress.
Wow.
Mm.
Here I thought we were going to be talking about A Bug's Life and shit like that.
Don't worry, I've got a couple we can talk about soon. Trying to get my
Millennium
anime stuff out of
Actress.
the way.
Well, should we go to the polar opposite of the autism spectrum here?
Might as well. Let's do it.
Little film came out in 1996. Animated film by the great Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead, Do America. Folks, fantastic road movie, fantastic comedy, fantastic animation. Oh man, do I love Mike Judge? Do I love Beavis and Butthead? Ever seen it?
I haven't actually, so I can't comment.
Fucking loser. Watch something from America.
God, I can't wait to hear about Bigger, Longer, Uncut next.
Well, we'll get to it. Look, did you see the trailer for Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe?
I didn't care. I didn't watch
Come on. What the fuck, man?
I've never watched Beavis and Butthead.
I'm
I
disappointed.
have respect for myself.
It's funny. It's a good time.
I probably
No.
like it. I love Office Space.
Yeah. Does this tackle the themes of aging and shit like that?
No,
Absolutely not.
I think it tackles the themes of mental health and talking to somebody.
It is a ridiculously stupid fucking movie, but Beavis and Butthead is just dumb as fuck, anyways. But hey, talk about a stacked cast. We got Bruce Willis, we got Demi Moore, we got Cloris Leachman.
Wow, is that where they met? Bruce Willis and Demi Moore.
Could be, could be. Love the film though.
Is that it? Is that the list of actors?
Hey, Richard Linklater's in the movie too.
Wow, I bet he's an extra.
Yeah, he's a bus driver, I believe, on the tour bus.
You know, it's really real.
Yeah, he says like probably 3 lines. David Letterman's in it too.
Cool. Stack cast, as you said.
Good film, guys. Check it out. In terms of animation, look, I want to have fun with animated movies. This one I go to all the time. I need to buy the Blu-ray. It's criminal that I haven't.
I'll say you love it so much.
I know, but it's so easy to click on Paramount Plus. I'm falling into that trap a little bit.
Oh
Man,
no,
it's easy to stream shit, you know.
I am
Like
I'm a little bit on the same boat.
like
My
okay,
foot's on the boat.
I could spend $13 for the Beavis Butthead Blu-ray and click play on Paramount Plus, and it's whatever.
Well, I definitely feel that way about stuff I haven't seen. I feel less obligated to blind buy and just
Right.
put it on a streaming platform.
Yeah. I do agree with that. Because like if I stream something and I love it, sometimes it's like, okay, I want to own it, you know.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe is coming out in June. So get ready.
Well, it is June, so what?
I
day?
know. I love this don't you love this new trend of shit getting announced and then it's like here in a couple weeks?
I was
It's happening
shocked.
a lot more often.
I was shocked that Northman was ready for a physical release. So
I didn't
so
even know that
quickly.
was coming out until I saw you post a picture of it. I'm like, what
I-
the fuck?
Well, I saw it in on the Blu-ray.com post and it said June 6th. I'm like, that's gotta be like a
Shit.
typo, or they're gonna push it back. And
I'm telling you, that's the new trend, man. With a lot of shit just comes out quick.
I love it.
And for a guy like me who doesn't like going to the theater anyways, I really don't have a reason to. I might go see
What?
Jurassic World on Monday when nobody's there.
Wow. Fucking cry.
I need to watch it. I owe it to myself to see it.
You owe it to your mother to do something better with your life.
I could go at a 9:30 a.m. showing on a Monday. There won't be anyone there.
That's not the point. The point is you will be there, and that's sad.
True. That's true. Like, do I want to spend 10
Watch
bucks
what you
on that?
want. Watch what you want, buddy. I'm just kidding. So let's see. A few more
What else
here.
do you have that nobody's heard of?
Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going back to the other side of the spectrum.
Oh,
and,
God.
talking about another Satoshi Kon film called Perfect Blue.
I've heard of this.
I think I suspected you did, because there's a lot of homages to this in other films like Black Swan and other movies, but it's from 1997.
Did you
the
say
plot-
Black Swan?
Black Swan.
Great lesbian action.
Yes, great stuff. The plot follows a member of a Japanese idol group who retires from music to pursue an acting career. As she becomes a victim of stalking, gruesome murders begin to occur, and she starts to lose her grip on reality. So once again, with Satoshi Kon, we're talking about reality and blurring the line. One of the creepiest animated villains I've ever seen in a movie. This
Okay.
guy is just a fucking freak.
Sounds like a great movie to show your young children if you want a fun animated movie night.
Well, if you don't want them to be an actor, tell them to watch this.
Tell them to watch that.
Perfect Blue announces its preoccupation with perception, identity, voyeurism, and performance, especially in relation to the female, right from its opening sequence. The perception of reality cannot be trusted, with the visuals set up only to not be reality, especially as the psychodrama heights towards the climax. So they're kind of relating it to Hitchcock's work a bit with the suspense, but
wow,
it's some good stuff. You got plenty to check out now.
As much as I'm making fun of you, I probably will check some of these out because you're selling me on them. So
yeah, it's some good stuff. The only thing I don't know is like where you would get them besides physical releases.
I just watch them on a computer or something.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
that's how I watched Tokyo Godfathers for the first time.
That's a Christmas movie, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and that's
good things.
That's another.
Is that on your list?
Good film. It's not, but it's also by this guy Satoshi Kon.
So you're a big fan of this boy.
I like this boy. Rest in peace, Satoshi.
Rest in peace. Wow.
Gone too soon at 46.
What happened to him?
He had pancreatic cancer.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Speaking of, well, look right here. It says Darren Aronofsky wrote a eulogy for him, which probably makes sense why he used it in Black Swan.
That makes a lot of sense. Black Swan's a good movie.
Japanese animation inspires a lot of things from what I found.
I'm telling you, like we were talking about earlier, man, they know what they're doing.
I know.
That's why, a lot of the shit that you like, especially like if you play video games or whatever, oh, this plot's great. Well, look where it comes from. Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Well, I don't really have, let's get into some of the big Disney films that everyone and their brother has on their list. First one I've got here. And from here on out, I will rank them. This is like from least to, I'll end with my favorite. But
what do we have? 3 more?
So I think I don't even have 10. I've got 9. So
okay. Well, I think there's 1 or 2 that we might both have. So
okay. This is a big one. Love the film. It's The Lion King.
Okay. Not on my list, but
not on your list. Basically it's the Northman except with animated lions.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's Hamlet. That's the story.
Which one's better though?
Which one would I rather watch now? Probably the Northman, but The Lion King was awesome for the time. James Earl Jones in that iconic role as Mufasa. That death scene, something that has stuck with me throughout my life. A lot of epic moments in the film. Especially when adult Simba has the vision of Mufasa telling him to go back. And
Reflections of Mufasa.
Yeah, that whole sequence when he returns to Gay Pride Rock is something else.
You got a lot of cock on your mind, boy.
It's Pride Month.
I love the music in Lion King.
Fantastic music. Just for the time, so amazing. Still is. Holds up great. This is one you do watch with your kids. It's got some themes in it though that, pretty depressing at times.
Aging,
death.
Yeah.
Shitty uncles, Nazis,
yeah.
I think that's my favorite Disney song sequence is Be Prepared by Scarred when the hyenas are doing the Nazi salute. That is so
very
even now very dark. Was bummed they didn't put that part in the shitty live action remake that nobody asked for, but
of course can't.
Love The Lion King. Love it.
Yeah, really good. Not often, but I try to decipher what the first movie I watched in theaters was, and my mom always claims that that's it.
What is it? Lion King 95?
94, I believe.
94. Shit, you would have been a youngin'.
Yeah. So I obviously don't remember it.
Man.
Let me see. I don't know if that's right. Yeah, 94.
I didn't realize Matthew Broderick was the voice of adult Simba until like a year ago.
I will not judge you for that because
never knew it.
I think the same thing happened to me.
It was probably more like 5 years ago I found it out, but I watched that throughout my life, not knowing that was Ferris Bueller doing the voice.
But you didn't care as a child.
Didn't care. I didn't care.
I didn't care.
Great voice actor. Jeremy Irons is Scar. Whew, fucking epic.
Be
And
prepared.
old James Earl Jones. You deliberately disobeyed me. Oh, man.
Father.
Father.
Matthew Broderick's a geek.
Yeah, he's a murderer too, but
He is.
and a shitty driver.
Speaking of Lion King, same director that directed Stuart Little.
Wow.
Everything's full circle. Everything's
You know,
connected.
it's a circle of life.
I want to talk about my last animation real quick, and then the last two are ones that I predict we may have it on each other's list, but we both like.
We have 7 minutes left of this. You think we can do it, or we need
Yeah,
to
let's
another
do
one?
it. Let's
Okay.
do it. So from 2013, The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. This is a very simple art style. It almost feels like ink, and it just a lot of the animation is just what looks like plain white paper. And
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of this one. I remember hearing you talk about it multiple times.
yeah, it's just simplistic. It's beautiful. A great cast: James Caan, Chloe Grace Moretz, Mary Steenburgen, Lucy Liu.
Bunch
So
of hot
it's-
people.
Yeah, John Cho,
Oh,
Dean
look,
Cain. Big actors.
John Cho. There he is.
Right
Dean
there. Dean Cain. Once again, we have a lot of themes. You probably won't like it because they include feminism and the restriction of women.
Probably
The
not. No.
it's
I'm out.
not in your face. Just trust me about that.
Honestly,
But
you could take. We're gonna probably have to do another recording, so just take your time.
the
You don't
beauty
have to
of
rush through it.
okay. It deals with a lot of themes, ones that you probably wouldn't care for so much: feminism, restriction of women,
Ugh, ugh,
women. Yuck. I
ugh.
like my basement and myself.
That's right.
The beauty of life in spite of sorrow, and the duties and responsibilities of parenting. So it's very simplistic art style.
Is that Ghibli?
It is Ghibli,
But it's one of those that's not in the gold case.
right? It doesn't feel like it doesn't have that same sort of animals vibe. It feels like
Okay.
its own thing. But it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite Ghibli.
Wow,
Very good stuff.
man.
Yeah.
Another one to check out.
Yes,
Princess-
sir, Daddy.
Princess Caligari, Cayuga.
Tale of the Princess, Dr. Caligari.
Wow. Well, put it on the old list.
That's all for me that you're going to hear new. So
We'll pivot to another big Disney film, Beauty and the Beast.
yes,
Is
yes,
this on yours?
it is on my list.
So fucking good,
It's
man.
some of my favorite music in all of Disney films.
And it's just a great plot. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about it.
It literally is like Beauty and the Beast. It's
Yeah.
Don't judge a book by its cover. All those epitaphs you hear all over the place, the cliches.
There's just kind of I don't know. I watched this movie a lot when I was a kid, and then I didn't see it again until I like it came out on Blu-ray. So like I didn't revisit it for years,
Same.
20-some years probably. So watched it as an adult. I'm like, wow, this is great. But I even like the Emma Watson version.
I do too.
Yeah, I thought it
There's
was
some
fine.
stupid stuff in there, but
Yeah.
her auto tune for one. But
See, I know that's the big complaint with that. Big complaint, but whatever. She's hot.
she is. But
That's
so
all
is
that
Cartoon
matters.
Bell.
Hot little drawn bitch.
God damn. Yeah, I love it. Some of the best work, some
Yeah,
of the
it's
best
so good.
music. Angela Lansbury singing Beauty and the
Oh
Beast.
man.
You get
You ever see that video of
chills.
her a few years ago singing that?
Mm-hmm.
Grandma.
Just gives me chills just thinking of that. The sweeping shot coming from the chandelier down to them dancing.
Ooh,
Ooh.
man.
Ooh.
Touch our breasts. Touch our breasts.
That's all semen to the test.
So good. Ewan McGregor did a good job in the live action version too.
Yeah, he's fine.
Choose life.
Choose life. Oh, talk about a great movie. I think we might have the same last one.
Probably not, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. You don't have Aladdin on your list?
Oh, I do. It is
we talk-
currently at this point in my life My second favorite animated film of all time.
Oh wait, do you still have one more after this?
I do.
Okay, well let's talk about Aladdin real quick from
Let's talk about it.
1992. Older
Man,
than me.
this is the first Disney movie that I really have like memories of having on VHS and watching over and over again.
I agree. It's like one where I remember the audio cues of some of the
Yep.
dialogue and the moments.
Had that clamshell, watched it over and over again. Fuck,
Who
dude.
disturbs my slumber.
Man, that is
Horrifying.
that's badass. Still
It
holds up
is, but
great.
it was terrifying at the time.
I know that thing is pretty scary.
Well, probably my favorite music in Disney. A Whole New World is just like a masterful song.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it really is. Like, if you ask me, think of Disney music. That's the first thing that pops up into my mind.
Mhm. The best. It is the best.
I can show you my balls.
Shining, shimmering, semen.
So good, so good. Oh man,
Gotta be one jump ahead of the clock.
fuck, dude. Gives me chills.
I know. I love it.
Did you ever hear about the rumors back in the day where you can hear the guy whispering, "Good teenagers, take off your clothes, take off your clothes"?
Yeah, I've never heard it.
I can hear something, but
I
don't
also
know
have
if
the
that's-
4K version, so they probably cut out anything like that.
They probably did. But those fuckers at Disney put some weird shit in the movies. What's that? The
Like how the
Adventures,
star.
the
What?
Adventures, where in the Adventures, there's a frame where the chick's tits in the window. You never heard about that?
I did, yeah, and I just remembered it though.
Yeah, they're
Or
like,
like the stars in Lion King say sex.
yeah. There's a random frame in the Adventures. I've seen it. It's literally a picture of a chick's tits, like they put it in the movie.
Yeah.
So strange.
Well, I mean, gotta have some fun, I guess, when you're making that stuff.
Gotta have fun too.
Yeah, Prince Ali Fabulous he Ali Ababwa.
And honestly, like,
Prince Ali suck my pee. You're a transgender.
oh man, we're gonna get canceled this episode. Fuck. Jafar, by the way, badass.
Terrifying.
That whole and then him turning into the huge snake, just fucking
Oh.
sweet.
Which was not something that I think transitioned well into the live action.
I enjoy the live action, but Jafar sucks.
I just think it's a tough movie to translate into that.
It is. I do enjoy it though. I do like that movie. It's a lot of people don't.
That was one of my most hyped movies. That I watched that trailer endlessly. It
See,
looked awesome, and I was a little
that's the thing.
disappointed.
I went into it zero expectations, so that's probably why I enjoyed it.
Perhaps.
What's her name is Jasmine. Whew.
Ooh, Naomi Scott.
Man, oh man. But Jafar sucks. Did you always make fun of his high pitched voice in the trailer? He's not very intimidating.
I forget. I watched it so many times, but I can't remember what he says now.
That could
I can make you rich.
Yeah, that could have been casted so much better. I mean, that was like what
He wasn't sinister.
No, it should have been like some fucking snake, like rat looking guy with a weird, facial hair. You know what I mean? Like
that guy was not intimidating. He was not intimidating.
A lot of the animated film though, just fantastic. Rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried. Did you ever play the video game?
I didn't play any of those.
That's right. Games. You didn't grow up with any retro.
64 is when I jumped on.
Man, you're missing out. The fucked up thing is you won't even go back to a lot of those.
No, I won't, because they're just probably suck.
They don't. They're platformers. They're fun.
We have failed to mention though Robin Williams' performance as a genie.
I can't believe I said rip Gilbert Gottfried, not rip Robin Williams.
Yeah, well, that just if anybody questioned your film knowledge or anything, right there is where
that was bad. That was bad.
Maybe one of the more idiotic things you've ever not said.
Yeah, wasn't good. Wasn't good. Robin is legendary in that movie, though.
I mean, it's just quintessentially him riffing, just making stuff up, but I think it fits well for the movie.
It does.
He's just so good. I miss that guy. Man. It's almost been 10 years.
That is so fucked.
It's going to be 8 years this year.
Remember exactly where I was, exactly what I was doing.
Me too. I do too.
Remember who I texted at the time to tell them about it?
I remember who I told.
I was about to
Fucking
go up to
pervert I used to
bat.
live with.
Yeah, I was about to go up to bat in softball, and you know how those guys are on softball teams. So I tried breaking the news to them. They just looked at me like I was a mutant.
They didn't give a
What?
shit. Yeah.
No.
Oh wow. What?
Meanwhile, I'm about to have a breakdown, and I got to go up to fucking bat. Man,
Yeah, against some fat fuck. It's not like you're in the World Series.
that's true. The ball was coming in at a astonishing 5 miles an hour.
I couldn't focus on it. All I was thinking of was Robin.
Don't hit middle. Sorry.
Oh, don't even get me going about that. You hit a home run, you're just like, for you, Robin.
For you, Robin. No, it's a funny story though. Okay, when I played, this is going off on a tangent a little bit. When I
It's
played
okay.
in this shitty like Bad News Bears adult baseball league, Colt League, it's for like the rejects.
Yeah.
Like after Pony League goes to Colt League, or after Pony League, you're supposed to play high school baseball, which I did. Then I had an injury. Didn't
I was in
continue with
Pony
it.
League before I was even in high school.
So wow. So then I took a
Yeah.
year off, and I didn't, those weren't my buddies on the fucking high school team. So I went and played this degenerate Colt League, where by the way, I hit about 500 in my first season. That's true. It was
Good
way
for
above
you.
the competition.
So was I. But
Anyways,
look where we're at now.
that's true. A lot of the guys on that team are friends of mine. Eric, Sean were on there. We always talked about pro wrestling and shit. There's a
Sounds
wrestler,
about as disgusting as I'd imagine.
the wrestler Chris Benoit, who famously murdered his wife and kid and
Oh
then
yeah, I'm
hung
sure if you
himself.
told them about that, they'd be like,
Well,
"Oh,
well, that happened the night we were playing. So that news came out. And as a joke, well, we didn't know the story at the time. The news was that they were just all dead. So I was like, I'm doing this game for Chris Benoit tribute. So like I had a fucking great game that I would like joking around him. I played up in the sky. Like for you, Chris. And then of course the next day we found out he fucking murdered everybody.
it's like, oops."
Yeah, wasn't my finest tribute, but just reminded me of that
You
story.
didn't know.
So stupid though.
Now, if
'Cause,
you did it the next day after,
Yeah.
that'd be something.
I was like, all right, that was for you, Chris. And then you find out a couple hours later he fucking strangled his kid.
Hitting 3 tanks for the family.
That's right. Yep. Wow.
Stupid.
Great story.
What's your last one?
Well, not saying this is the best, but I'm going from this point in my life, at this time in my life, what my
Great.
favorite animated film is.
I already know what you're gonna say.
1999. Trey Parker, Matt Stone, South Park.
Bowling for Columbine.
South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. And let me tell you something. I was never a fan of South Park. Never watched the show. I just love the movie. Still love the movie. One of my biggest regrets of this podcast is when we did that episode about musicals, I didn't talk about this movie because it is one of the best musicals I've seen. One of my favorite musicals. Every song. What makes a good musical? Good music, right?
Of course.
Every song in this fucking movie is great. Like, really, it's
That's
ridiculous.
a fair argument.
Yeah, but the songs are fucking great. The movie's great. And like I said, I don't know why I was ever drawn to this movie because I never liked the show. But for some reason, as an adult, discovered the film. I've seen it many times, and I think it's perfect. It's fucking so stupid, but so entertaining. And actually, I watched it a couple months ago, like a month ago, and now I'm finally watching the series on HBO. So every night I get toasted and watch a couple episodes of South Park from the top
While snacking.
while snacking, which I need to stop doing. But
tough.
man, it's fucking great. Doesn't get enough love. I really think it is like a masterwork of the animation genre. I really do.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, I so good. But the music, that's what's memorable about it. Every song is great. And I would recommend it, even if you're out there, you're not a big South Park fan, doesn't matter. Not like there's a big plot you need to know the characters and shit. It sets it all up perfectly. It's so ridiculous. War with Canada. It's fucking funny.
God. I have to check it out. I remember one time waking up on the couch one late night and it came on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm going to bed. Turn it off.
I think you should watch it because at the very least, the music's great.
I'll put it on my list.
Yeah. That's my number one.
That's
right now.
animation. Right now.
At this point in my life, that's my favorite animated movie.
Maybe you'll have an epiphany someday.
No, I genuinely think it's great. How about you? What's your favorite ever?
I
Aladdin.
don't know. I don't know what my favorite ever is. Um, the large Marge scene and
It is
Pee Wee's Big
animated.
Adventure.
It's animated and it's scary. Holy shit. And when they finally pulled the driver's body from the twisted, burning wreck, it looked like this. Oh, fucking good, man.
Oh God, I love that movie.
Had some chick over. Believe it or not, I do interact with women.
I know you do.
She was telling me how much she loves Tim Burton. I was like, yeah, but surely you love Tim Burton's best film, right? Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I don't like where this is. Oh my God.
The fuck out. It's not
Kicked her to the curb.
No, let's just say I didn't hit her up again.
I didn't let her suck my cock that night.
I mean, that might have still happened, but it didn't go any further because if you don't like Pee-wee, if you're not impressed with this $70 poster that I bought, well, go fuck yourself, okay?
If you don't like Pee Wee, you're not getting the Pee Wee.
The funny thing is, too, she kind of knew her shit, too. She was talking about, oh, I love Tim Burton. I love Danny Elfman. I go,
wow.
So you love Danny Elfman, you love Tim Burton. Surely Pee-wee's Big Adventure. No, he's creepy. Dumb bitch.
Stupid.
Getting yelled at over there? Hello?
Hold on. I just hear people. My mom's been staying with me the past.
Oh.
So she's like at the door talking to somebody, but I don't know who it is.
Oh. Tell mother I said hi.
I shall. Sorry, let's finish this up.
Well, I think I've exhausted everything I've got.
Me too. Good episode. Talked about
Good
some
episode.
good stuff.
Back in a groove with this podcast. I
Mhm.
dig it. We do need to do some other videos, though. I don't know what. Maybe some trailer reactions. We should do those again. Those are easy. Commentaries, trailer reaction. We could just pull this up and fucking put the footage right in the middle,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, be good.
The problem is, though, it's hard to get a genuine reaction because by the time we sit down and do it, you know, the trailer's been out for hours.
We just have to hold off on watching it.
Anyways, what do you guys want to
That's it.
hear? If you're out there, any episode ideas? The only problem is when you do a podcast for 7 years, it starts to get, what are we doing next? What are we doing next?
What? We're like almost done. Sorry.
Nick getting scolded live on air.
I'm sorry.
Let's end it so we can go have a good day with Mother. Episode 167 in the books. Nick, anything else?
No.
Let us know
Go
your favorite
Phils.
animated films. Go Phils. Hey, we're on Spotify. Rate us there. We're on Apple Podcasts. Rate us there. Anywhere you can get a podcast, you should be able to find it. So drop that 5 stars if you enjoy the show. Thank you guys for listening. As always, go fuck yourselves.